With apologies to Stevie D, I hope that's right. I'm just trying to figure it all out. I'm trying to do a tribute to Mr. Stevie D, who of course is one of the nicest guys on YouTube. And if you are not subscribed to him, that is a severe thing you're missing out on, because Stevie D is the nicest guy on YouTube. He's he's probably the only guy on YouTube who's even more excited than me when he gets new books, and he's a lot of fun to watch. Now, let me just put this away. And we'll get started. Today is my response to Allan's weekly challenge. To this week's top 10 was big numbers on the covers. Well, I found some. Now, my only concern is when one or two of them, the size of the numbers may not quite be the size he was looking for. But what I've tried to do is find numbers on things, on the covers that would stick out, and for whatever reason, one or another. Luckily, in this case, I actually, right off the bat, was able to go, oh, I know this one, I know that one, I know this one. So this one actually didn't take me very long to put together. The only issue I had was trying to decide, like in a certain type of number, which of the 4 or 5 books I could think of that I had that I was going to use. And I went with the easiest one to find. So who says you can't be lazy and make YouTube videos at the same time, right? Now, I will admit this is kind of Superman family heavy, but mostly because my collection is Superman family heavy, and they were the ones that I remembered that had the big numbers on the most, because there's not a lot outside actually that I could think of that I have that have huge numbers on them, other than all these Marvel number ones that have been coming out recently. But I wanted to avoid those type of ones because I want to save those for everybody else. So I've babbled on enough, so let's get to the books. The first one is Supergirl 50. And these, of course, this is a Michael Turner cover. They pulled one out of the hat for Supergirl 50 because this was after he had passed away. But they pulled one out of the hat. There's your big numbers. 50th issue. It's a really cool looking book. And I'm sure a few people out there would like to get their hands on this once they see it's a Michael Turner cover. The next book is one that I was describing. I wasn't sure which one to use. I ended up using All-Star Squadron 50. Sorry, no. I used All-Star Squadron 47 because this is the big number I'm referring to. The 50 here, representing 50 years of DC. That was the number, and I had 4 or 5 choices for that one. I chose this one because it's a Todd McFarlane cover. See, right there, says McFarlane. And it's a pretty cool one. So, All-Star Comics 47. Next up, this is where one of the ones where I'm not sure if the number is big enough or not. I pulled this one out because this was a whole series and it had the numbers. This is Superman the Man of Steel 20, which has Funeral for a Friend 3 here. And I wasn't sure if this 3 was considered to be big enough to be on here. I picked this one because it's a cool cover of everybody, standing around mourning Superman. And of course, Supergirl is the front and center. But you've got Captain Marvel, you've got Wonder Woman, Wally West, Flash, Guardian, Nightwing, etc. It's a really cool cover with a lot of characters on it. This is why I didn't grab a Marvel #1, because I found one from DC that had a #1 that was bigger. This is Superman New Krypton Special with a really big one over here. It's a one-shot. but it's got this little giant 1 here, and that is where I'm using the big number for. Next up is an interesting way to use the big numbers. You may remember that, comics went from 10 cents to 12 cents in late 61, early 62. And when they first came out, Jimmy Olsen's 60 shows that the numbers for the price were really big. So I went with this to show the 12 on the 12 cent. The next one I've got has this is another one where I'm not sure that the size of the number is big enough. And this is because it says here 40. Now, I showed this last week for the flowers one, but I'm showing this again for this because it has a bigger number, 40. And this is Action Comics 484, where Earth 2 Superman and Earth 2 Lois get married. All right. Next up, the next few ones, the next 3, are ones that a lot of people could put together. But the good thing is you can have different you can have different books for these situations. In the early 70s, DC did a lot of books in this format where it was the 100-page super spectacular. You got double hundreds that are large. This is Superman 245. As you can see, the large 100s on each side. And this is another one. These next 2 are together because this is another one that you could make a lot of different entries in. I've got Batman 187 here because of the giant 80 on it. It's an 80-page giant. And the large 6. Also a giant number. So this is a double one. But also, you have Superman 207, which is a double one. Because it's actually a triple one because you've got the 80-page giant, the big 30th year anniversary, because this came out in 1968, and it's July 68, so it's not quite the same month, but, still, it's the 30th anniversary of Superman. Right here, 1938 to 1968. Right here are also in large numbers, so you've got a triple book here with 3 sets of large numbers. And the last one is one that I'm sure a lot of people will think to do on their list. I just wanted to do it because I went with, it was absolutely the first book I thought of when we're talking about large numbers. And this is Superman 233 with the great big number 1 over here because this is the #1 best-selling comic magazine, as it says. Then, of course, the famous Neil Adams cover with the really weird leg. Kryptonite No More. If you liked this video, please like, comment, and subscribe below. I'm particularly interested in knowing which one of these covers is your favorite. I'm going to guess that the Michael Turner one is going to be a big hit. Just knowing that Michael Turner was such a good artist to begin with. But more importantly, if you want to do this yourself, just, pull out 10 books with large numbers on them. Make a video like I did. Use the hashtag Friday Comic Challenge. Tag Allan the Comic Collector Geek in it. I'd love if you tag me. I love watching these videos. I spend an inordinate amount of time in my week looking up these Friday Challenge videos just so that I can see them all. It is so fun to see the different covers people bring. And I discover a lot of books that I would have never seen before if it wasn't for this sort of thing. Thank you very much for joining me today. I really had a good time doing this, and I hope you enjoyed it too. My name's Matt. I like comics, and I hope you do too. Bye, everybody.